I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite channel. It's on YouTube now.
Hey guys, it's David, and today I'm going to talk about Halo 4 with you. Now, a bit about the gameplay. Please excuse my sloppiness. I've been uploading a lot of Battlefield and Call of Duty lately, so this is the first time I've jumped into Halo in months. So there's sloppy shots all around, but a good way to ease yourself back into learning how to play properly is playing big team on Hemorrhage. I don't die this game, and I end up getting a Perfection, a Be the Bullet, and a Rampage this game. And I'll add a description of what each medal is for the benefit of the viewers who are less familiar with Halo gameplay. But first of all, for how many of you was Halo 1 your first console shooter? For me, it definitely was. And Halo games are the one constant in my video gaming career. It's always a rock solid franchise to come back to. Now, Halo 4 is 343 Industries' first endeavor into making a major entry into Halo storyline. They already made the Halo 1 reboot, Halo Anniversary, which was very polished and well done, but they're bringing a lot of changes to the table with Halo 4. I cherish the Halo series enough that I don't think the series needs a yearly iteration like Call of Duty, but since 2007 we have had a Halo game every year. In 2007 was Halo 3, 2008 was Halo Wars, 2009 was ODST, 2010 was Reach, 2011 was Anniversary, and 2012, of course, we have Halo 4. Can't really blame Activision for wanting to release a new game every year though, because a majority of the Call of Duty online community grows tired of the current generation of Call of Duty within like 3 or 4 months of playing it, and they're already looking forward to the next game. Ever since the Black Ops 2 trailers came out, it's all like, oh my god, this is going to be the best game ever, and it's heresy to talk about Black Ops 2 otherwise. Same cycle repeats every year. People get all excited about the next title and then end up getting disappointed because of some perceived balance issues. The difference between Halo development and Call of Duty development is that the developers for Halo are really not in it for the money. They're there because they legitimately love what they do, and if you watch Bungie or 343 Industry vid docs about the development of their franchises, you'll see that the game makers really care about the game that emotionally ties players. They want to tell an enthralling story through the campaign, and they just pour tremendous amounts of love into their work. And that's something you really don't see from what Activision does. So let's talk about Halo politics. I made a Hitler spoof video where he gets upset that the changes that Halo 4 is bringing to the series, and he's the typical conservatively minded Halo player, that any change is bad no matter how big or small. And then there are the Halo liberals who are more open-minded to change and they're willing to try out new ideas. I think of the Halo conservatives as the baseball traditionalists. The baseball traditionalists are those who don't want to incorporate instant replay into the game because they think it'll mess up the history or whatever, but they're diminishing in number. It's a small voice, but a very strong voice nonetheless. We seem to hear more about the conservatives because they're more likely to speak out online, on the forums or whatnot. Because if you are strongly opinionated against something rather than in support of it, you're going to be more passionate in defending your opinion and defensive while doing so. So you're more likely to speak out if you're against an issue. And that part of the community that complains is only a small subset of the entire population. And yes, I did mention this briefly in my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Final Thoughts video. Even though I made the Hitler Rage video from the viewpoint of the typical conservative, I myself think more liberally about the direction that Halo can take. I played Halo since Halo 1, and Halo 3 was my first online Halo. I didn't play Halo 2 online because I was too young, didn't really have much of a paying job, so I had to buy my own games. My parents didn't pay for any of my games, so I bought Halo 2 and I couldn't afford Xbox Live. What a bummer. But I like what the developers were going for in Reach. The armor abilities were a nice mix in my opinion, because the gameplay before armor abilities was way too vanilla. It was just run somewhere and shoot somebody. There was no mixing it up, but armor abilities allowed a very nice mix-up, change of tempo to the gameplay. And Halo 4 has a lot of improvements that I'm really excited for. Reach wasn't one of the best looking games of its time, but Halo 4 runs in true 720p. That's a higher resolution than even Call of Duty games manage, and it will be one of the best looking 360 games when it comes out. and the sound is fantastic. It's based on real weapons, and the story development is great, and you have a live action Forward Unto Dawn series that releases before the game. I like how everybody can sprint. I think it's a good idea. The gameplay would be too lethargic without a sprint mechanic. And of course, recently announced is the Mantis, which is a new mech vehicle. It's drivable by the player in multiplayer. And Valhalla is coming back. Valhalla is coming back as Ragnarok. Now I'm going to talk about the questionable changes. There's no Spartan versus Elite mode like there was Invasion in Halo Reach, but I hope that Elites will be playable in custom games at least. I think they should be pretty well represented. I read an IGN article and the author says that CoD players should feel right at home in Halo. I have issues with this because both CoD and Halo are different games. Sure, there are similarities, but they should focus on being good in their own right. They shouldn't focus on winning over fans of one series. You should focus on making the best game that you can make. And it doesn't mean that, like, you know, if you're a Call of Duty fan, you can't be a Halo fan. Sure, you can play both, but you should be respectful of the other games that people want to play, because different games appeal to different people for different reasons. However, I think there may be too much of a Call of Duty influence on Halo 4. The industry standard right now is to have perks, to customize your character. But I think what Halo should have done with specializations is have everyone have them available at the start. Because Halo, throughout its entire history, has been known for its fairness, and guests have as much of a fighting chance to do well as any other player because you always have the same equipment available regardless of what your level is in the game. I'm also iffy about hit markers and grenade indicators and kill cams. I mean, I think they borrowed too strongly from Call of Duty. Somewhat of a sellout almost. They should really focus on the good Halo aspects. Halo is really known for its fluid gameplay mechanics, the proper cadence, the proper rhythm. I think 4-shot kill is a good tempo for the game to have. 3-shot kill may be a little bit too fast, but 4-shot for the DMR and 4-shot for the battle rifle sounds pretty good. And Halo 3 did dual wielding better than Call of Duty does akimbo weapons. So, I mean, I don't know why that's not back. Join in Progress, I think, should only be for casual game variants because one of the constants of Halo is going in with a party knowing that you can depend on others in your party to not drop out of the game. So Join in Progress sort of takes that away a little bit. And I think there shouldn't be any armor abilities or specializations in the competitive playlist like Ranked and MLG because it's too hard to balance those. So now let's talk about the developer's dilemma. If you keep changing the game, you're going to anger the conservatives and you get strongly voiced against. But if you don't change, an equal amount of people will hate on you for not changing every year, just like how people hate on the Call of Duty franchise for making only minimal adjustments year after year. So, I mean, what do you do as a developer? It's a lose-lose situation. If you change too much of the game, you anger the conservatives. And if you don't change, you risk losing fans and you anger an equal amount of players. But you're not going to please everybody. I've been with Halo since Halo 1 and I trust the team to know what they are doing. And I applaud them for using their artistic vision to craft a work of art which will be remembered for years to come. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.